Hello everyone, and welcome to the video. Hope you're having a great day, morning, even afternoon. Welcome to our channel, and my last video I did, I reacted to 10 ways in life, 10 ways in life Scotland changes you mostly for better. I did actually go like a little bit over halfway through it, so there's still a little bit left of it. This is part 2. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed the other video, make sure you like and subscribe if you haven't already. And also this video if you like it as well. Let's get into the video and see what else we can.
Come to
Lauren.
Scotland, you're gonna become nice. Number 7, surprise! You are basically a birder now.
She
Right.
stopped watching birds again.
I think that the whole of UK has kind of a love affair with the nature, especially kind of like the countryside, and you know, BBC has programs like the Spring Watch. It's like footage of
Yeah,
like
I mean, BBC is.
flowers
I don't really like BBC much
budding
for
and
a lot of reasons.
trees blossoming. There's something almost like Japanese about that, I think. I think in the
But, I mean,
context of the
yeah,
whole of UK, some
a lot
of
of people
this
do actually have a
is
lot of
sometimes a bit
nature,
like
in.
conservative. But here in Scotland, I think it's a bit different, because here in Scotland, like whether you like it or not, you are surrounded by nature.
Which is
Again,
good because nature. I like
sometimes
nature.
it's simply the weather that like you cannot hide from, but also specifically here in Edinburgh, you know, you have a volcano, you have a lot of parks, you have the seaside, and you know, we live in the colonies, so
Volcanoes.
there's just so many little gardens, they're filled with birds, and you just become fascinated by it. I genuinely don't think that there's any way of escaping becoming like a kind of like a small, like a entry level of a birder. Maybe it won't happen to you, but this video is all about me, so I can tell you that this has
Never
definitely
heard of the
happened
word
to me.
birder. Is that
I
a?
did not
I doubt that's a Scottish
give
word.
a damn about birds before I moved here, and now I own multiple birding books. I'm trying to see if there are any in this room, but I think that I moved them all into their own dedicated bird-themed area down
She
in the
okay?
living room. Number
Okay.
8.
I can understand.
After
I mean,
the
people
10
actually
plus
my
years
auntie's
here,
like
I
fascinated
really
birds as well,
noticed
so she's got a
all
copy
the
of bird books,
things
so I
that
can understand that.
are wrong with kind of the
But I can understand.
political setup of this country. And I don't mean Scotland, I mean just kind of generally the Union. Like,
Really.
if I was to be
I don't
more
like to talk
specific
about
about it, I
politics.
think that's like the royal family just kind of loses its magic. I think that when you're a visitor
Yeah.
from a different country, especially one that doesn't have a royal family,
Yeah, I can understand that. I mean, it's an outdated, can't remember the word now. It's outdated. The royal family is just outdated. It's outdated. Been outdated for quite a while, and it's just why are they there? I mean, I know like there's a lot of things like behind the scenes of a royal family that are quite questionable, but I mean, it's just they have no power. They have nothing. It's just they're there. Why? I mean, I've heard a lot of people like say like they wish Charles III was the last king of Scotland because of certain things, and I understand that. I know what they are, but yeah, it's just yeah. I'm not even going to go into that, but how many people might know what I mean?
then you know, you kind of think like, oh, this is very fairy tale-y, this is very storybook, but
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think it's quite worth, you know, getting that's like plate with the Queen's face on it.
You look at
I
history
don't know,
of
like it
things,
used to be
well,
cuter and quainter to me in the first maybe like year
history
here,
going back
and in the
like
past
Henry VIII and stuff or
4
whatever.
years here. It's hard. Like when you're living the
But I'm not
UK
going into that.
life firsthand, it's hard to root for the royal family when you see all the scandals and you see all the money
Yeah.
that's being spent on them
pretty much what I
while
said.
you know some people are just like
Oh, we
falling into
had to pay for that
poverty.
coronation. Fuck's sake, we
And yeah, that's like to me, I
stupid.
genuinely was robbed of this kind of idealistic image of
All the money we actually
how the royal
paid out went
family and
into them.
all those like lords and ladies, you know, steering the ship from down in London work. It's kind of a mess, and I'm sorry. I know that politics are a mess everywhere. It's there's no point in idealizing it, but I think
Yeah,
I think
it's
that
not
what
just
we
the royal
all
family,
do
but
is that
not
we
getting-
focus on our
that's all not
own
getting it.
mess of like the country we're from. And when it comes to looking at the other countries, you know, like you might look at Canada and be like, wow, Trudeau is really hot. I bet he's a great politician. I'm so jealous of Canada and their
Okay.
hot PM. And then when you live there, or honestly, when you talk to anyone from Canada, they will just tell you like, no, he sucks. And anyway, what I'm trying to say is that like
Well,
this has happened
parodies.
to me here, and
I don't actually hear much about it, but I mean,
yeah,
parody's
I-
like
I-
okay, I guess. I don't know. I'm
I'm
not sure.
older and sadder now, and I can't say that I thoroughly enjoy the royal family anymore. So yeah,
I think most people
do
do.
you? Let's fight in the comment section below. Number 9,
Most people don't.
my tolerance for crowds and just spaces with a lot of people really went down. This might be connected to my age. I think that younger people in general do a bit better with crowds, you know, when they go to gigs, when they're in a busy train, things like that. But one thing that I've observed among a lot of my friends who moved here from different countries is that I think that Scotland attracts people who just like want to be left alone. I think that there's something about the general sort of
I don't know. Depending on
ruggedness
which way you
and
look at it, but I mean,
emptiness in the sense of
I'm not sure because
you
I've
know, like
never
Scottish
been there.
countryside is not really full of people, and honestly, the cities most of the year
But the
also
countryside
aren't
looks
like
amazing. Of
you
what
know,
I've
like
seen,
some
it's
sort of
gone.
sardines tin situation. That's like you get a lot of that down in England. I mean, especially in London, but here in Scotland, I think that most of the year, especially outside of the Fringe, you know, the streets are pretty quiet, and when you
Fringe,
know
that's the
which
Fringe
streets to
Festival, right?
take and which back streets to take, and you know all of the sort of special little nooks, you kind of know how to avoid people. And then you find out when you travel or when the Fringe happens, you just can't handle it anymore. Or, you know, I can't. It's every year this becomes harder and harder for me to deal with like thousands of people in one spot. It's
Can relate
I'm
in
just
some
so
way,
used to how
but-
quiet and kind of airy Scotland in general is. So sometimes
lot
then
more
when
clear
I'm like
air out
stuck
there,
in a
I've heard,
city,
especially
and especially if it's like a different
like the
city, if
south
I
of
go to
England.
London, I can't deal with it. Yeah.
It's busy how in London.
Someone the other day in
then-
one of the comment sections, I think under the video about how to move to Scotland, someone
But there is actually you can get quite busy now. A lot of cities like Southampton, where I am, and even London. I mean, London obviously is a lot more busier. I mean, especially like Manchester or Birmingham can be as well, but Southampton can be quite busy as well. Even not places like Portsmouth and like go places like Cornwall can be fairly busy, but I mean Cornwall's a bit more quiet. But I can understand that.
said, please bear in mind that our country is too full. This country definitely isn't too full, and moving here is so hard that I'm pretty sure that at this point everyone who like legally manages to move to Scotland really wanted it like very hard. So
I
don't worry
I
about
guess it's
that.
much
That
easier to move
one
to
person
Scotland
who's
from
leaving
England,
misleading comments. Like there's space here.
like
And
or
number
Wales
10,
and Northern Ireland,
the
but
last thing that I've noticed
outside I guess it's
Scotland
harder.
has changed about me very noticeably, and that has happened like straight away after I moved here. I stopped drinking, and I think this is kind of a plot twist in Scotland. I think that one of these two scenarios will play out. Either you move here and you find out that drinking is very expensive, or it just gets like too rowdy
Can be
and
quite
you stop
expensive,
drinking altogether,
I
or
don't-
you
I
want
don't
to
really
kind
drink
of
myself.
like be
I
a
don't drink.
part
I
of
don't drink
the
anyway because my dad's
sort of local
um,
sort of socializing. You want to
through
make
some
local friends,
stuff, but I'm
and
not going
you
for
feel
that.
like there's no way of doing that if you don't drink. So you like
I don't
really,
drink, I don't
really
smoke,
lean
so-
into the drinking. I think that there's like no middle ground, especially when you're younger. I think that when you're older and you just kind of like start just visiting people in their homes, and like you do have your own social circle, you can just like visit them at home and have like one glass of wine. But I think that especially when it comes to drinking outside in like nice pubs and such,
Yeah, I don't drink or
you will
smoke,
either
so
like really like that
but
will
I have
be
reasons for it.
your like pastime, you will lean into it, it's gonna be your favorite thing, or you will just be like, well, I'd rather eat. So I'm not gonna drink. I'm just gonna save myself the money and I'm not gonna drink at all. And that's kind of what happened to me. I'm not like a teetotaler. I do sometimes have a drink, but it just
Drink Irn-Bru.
seems like a
I love Irn-Bru, like I
bad
said, so.
value. Like the tax here on alcohol is so high. Like it's hard for me. I'm just too worried about money, I think. So it's hard for me to have a drink without thinking like, oh no, like will I have money for bread next week? I'd rather have bread. And as a bonus, I realized just last week that when you live in Scotland, you also get this like extra access to some like non-Scottish cultures that you might not be expecting to learn more about or to appreciate more. For me, I would say it's specifically the Polish culture. For me, through sheer
Really?
homesickness, I started going to many Polish shops. I think that whenever I
Oh
see
yeah,
a
actually,
Polish
yes.
shop appear, I'm like, we're going in. Simon's always like, no, it's always the same weird like wafers and
Yeah, I can understand that.
pancakes.
I
Like,
mean,
yes, and
it's
we're
probably not nowhere near as much as England. I mean, I guess you got like quite a few Polish shops or like people that around, but from what I've seen in England, I mean, there's a place like let's just go say my city for a change again. But there's a whole like street full of Polish shops. I mean, fine, but you know, it just why are they all there? I mean, you know, it takes away some of our culture, and I mean, especially literally this whole street is full of Polish shops. It's like, where are the like proper shops that you know were supposed to be there, like the English shops or shops that represent like place in the UK? You know, it just takes away like everything. I mean, I guess like I said, like I just said, like it's not overly as much in Scotland there is here, but like my city, they're just everywhere. You can barely find any shop that's. But you might be able to find some, like, you know, just tucked away. But it's not just Polish; it's like other ones as well. Not that I am being like discriminated towards it. I'm not. I'm saying like you know, at least balance it out. You know, if you're going to put the shops there, balance it out so there's not just a whole street full of them. That can like take away a lot of the culture, which is kind of sad. But that's what I think anyway.
we're getting 5 of them. And just last week, Kilted Donut, one of my favorite donut places here in Edinburgh, I've loved that they lent
Wait, what was that?
into
I was
celebrate a Polish shop appear. I'm like, we're going in. Simon's always like, no, it's always the same weird like wafers and pancakes. I'm like, yes, and we're getting 5 of them. And just last week, Kilted Donut, one of my favorite donut places here
Kilted
in
Donuts.
Edinburgh,
Okay.
I've loved that they lent
Never actually heard much about that. So
celebrating Fat Thursday. You know, on Fat Thursday, people eat donuts, so let's give people donuts and teach them about this like Polish
Fat
holiday.
Thursday.
And I thought it was nice, and
Oh,
I
okay.
realized that you might just learn to love like a second-hand culture here in Edinburgh specifically, because like Edinburgh is just such a nice like multi-culti sort of space. Now, before I end this list, I'm
it's
also
good.
going to mention that obviously when you live here,
Like I say, it's good they got a multicultural sort of place. But I mean, you know, I'm not saying like you know they can't be there. It's just you know when there's a whole street full of them, and you like you know you want like a bit of balance. I mean, it's good that Scotland's got their own there, and like they're mixing in with other. Like, you know, it makes it still stick to their own culture, but also have certain different culturally sort of things there instead of just having, like I said, in my one of the places, my city, literally a whole street full of them. It takes away the feeling or the culture generally. I think personally, that's my opinion. But if you got a mixture of everything, fine. I mean, as long as you got your own culture there as well, and a lot more, obviously, to your culture, but it's like a little bit more sort of mixing. I mean, I'm okay with that, but it's just when
You
it
kind of pick up
overridden it,
some
override it.
vocabulary that you wouldn't pick up anywhere else. But that is a video that I'm working on that I'm gonna publish some other time, all about
Interesting.
the vocab you might notice specifically in Edinburgh. Stay tuned for that. If you don't want to miss that, don't forget to subscribe. I hope that this video made sense. I did have a pretty bad day today, not gonna lie. I really tried to power through this video. Sometimes the schedule is tight and I just have to try my best, even on a day like today when I did a whole bunch of crying. Now you know, if you're here at the end of the video, then I know that you're the best of peeps, so I can share this with you, that, you know, today was crap. Anyway, I'm gonna go out now and enjoy some of the last hours of the day. It's the days are getting longer, yay! So I'm gonna enjoy that. Hopefully it's gonna make my day a bit better. And yeah, you please stay tuned. Don't forget to visit me on Instagram under KakiBot or KakiBlog. And yeah, keep watching this channel. Don't miss out on any of the great videos that are coming up. And I shall see you soon.
That was a good video. I actually enjoyed that video. But entertaining. I'll give it a like. Subscribe to our channel as well. Yeah, I mean, if you like this video as well, feel free to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. If you like to see more videos like this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. And feel free to comment below. I will probably look into more like unique shops or sort of thing, or maybe what's going on. I'm not sure what other videos I'll be doing yet. I will be doing like some sort of Christmassy videos nearer or more in December. But hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one. Take care and have a good day. Bye.